Hello, everyone. Today is June 16, 2025, and I'm about to summarize today's live broadcast, which took about 2 hours and 20 minutes and attracted a record audience, which I am very grateful. Now, for the past 10 to 12 live broadcasts, people ask me a lot of things. So, for example, what do you do? Are you a psychologist? Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I am. I'm a psychologist, but I'm not a therapist. So, I'm trained as a research psychologist, and I deal with emotional psychology, how parent relations influence children's executive functioning. And in my PhD, I dealt with leadership that influence social creativity for problem solving and in innovation. And that concept included work climate. So prior to that and during my research stint, I have worked as a performance and executive coach. But now I'm in Finland and I have no research money. So I do this and try to attract an audience in the private market. So, for example, if you need to improve your work climate, and I know for a fact that I'm one of the few who understands how to measure this properly, actually. And I can talk about that in a session or something. So the second question is, people has to do with mental health issues. So mental health issues is soaring in Finland, despite the fact that politicians try to pretend this is the happiest country on the planet. It is not. And this goes from the reports I pick up during conferences and stuff like that. So today, Finnish English-speaking media wrote that the government expect national debt by GDP to soon to exceed 90%. And they wrote that it's still issues with all kinds of things. So which are these issues? I said it before, and I just say it again. So in 2022, I got the first report from the police department here in Helsingfors, who said that Finnish women's relational aggressiveness, which is psychological violence in the home environment, is their biggest challenge. I think they said so, but let's say it's the big challenge. This is April. In May, the Minister of Education and Culture said that too many Finnish kids fail reading comprehension and numeracy. That's the foundation for rational thinking. In November, Finland's Child Commissary said that 20% of Finnish kids and young born 1997 or later has mental issues. If you accumulate that, all of it, until today, that's more than 300,000 people. And then it's 2023. The EU launched a report showing that the probability of die of ischemic heart disease, lack of oxygen in your heart, is 50% bigger in Finland compared to Sweden. The risk of dying of dementia and Alzheimer is 100% bigger in Finland compared to Sweden. That's a benchmark, which is an important one because we're basically the same people. So in August, Helsingin Sanomat said, again, repeated the school problem, but also that the research at the university has collapsed. And in November, the Child Commissary again repeated about the horrors in the Finnish homes. Psychological and lethal violence against small kids, which is typically a female thing, has increased. And the host for the conference, who is really angry because I say this, claimed that 40% of school children are victims of psychological violence in the home environment. Now remember, that's relational aggressiveness, which is typically a female phenomenon. So there's a lot of bad news, isn't it? So in 2024, the former governor of the Swedish Riksbanken, Ingves, said that Finland's national debt per capita is 4.5 times as big as Sweden's. Again, it's an important benchmark because Finns always talk about Sweden. So in December, the managing director for Citra, which is an organization here, said that entrepreneurship and innovative thinking, my expertise, by the way, has hit rock bottom. And then in April 2025, the Ministry of Education and Culture repeated that there's big issues in school. And now, today, they report that the national debt will probably increase above 90%. So that's probably why people talk about this. And what I offer is, because I believe it's about complex childhood trauma, so I offer psychoeducation, the IKEA model. I want a big group who pay less money, and we meet several times. I also do the same with nutrition education because I think that people need to learn more about nutrition to improve their health. I also offer coaching, performance coaching. You know, we do some exercise, we go barefoot, grounding and stuff like that. And we spent like 90 minutes to 2 hours, if you like, training and talking about health and stuff like that, including nutrition. So yeah, feel free to connect with me. And I'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock.